Hello, Alex. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, very well, thank you. So today we'll be taking you through some treatment options for your diagnosis of type 2 diabetes. After our last session, I've been doing quite a bit of research into both qualitative and quantitative research, just to ensure that we have the best treatment options for you and your condition right now.
Sounds good.
Cool. So the best option I think that I've come up with is for you to follow the ketogenic diet.
Oh, yeah.
So this basically means that your diet will consist of high fat, a good amount of protein, and lower carbohydrates.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yep.
So if I'm eating like higher fat, how's eating higher fat going to help me lose weight?
Yes, because we know you've been struggling with your weight a little
Really
bit.
have.
Yeah, so internally in your body, what's happening is you're burning more fat for energy instead of the sugar that you get from your carbohydrates. And obviously we'll be giving you a low carbohydrate diet, so you won't have those sugars in your body to burn that off. So you'll start burning that fat instead. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think it does. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
So I think we're going to take you through just a little bit more information, just so you have a good understanding
Tell me more.
of everything. First, I think we're going to go through some of the pros or the strengths, you would say, of the diet from some of the research that I've been doing, and then we'll go through some of the weaknesses.
Yeah, sounds good.
So first off, when you measure it against a low-calorie diet, people have found it much more effective.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they find that they stay more full for longer.
Yeah, because that's my biggest problem. I tend to just eat too much and it ends up being, yeah.
That's right, yeah. So you stay full and you're not absolutely dying for your next meal by the time it comes. And you just feel more satisfied. So
that's a big one for me.
Easier to manage. So that's a really good one. In terms of your type 2 diabetes, it improves glucose levels. So you're reducing your insulin, which is, great if we're trying to combat your type 2 diabetes. Great for weight loss as well. Really great effects. People have found it actually happens really fast. So that's really great. People just feel better overall as well.
So just energy levels.
Just energy levels, really good overall. Feel a bit lighter.
Good.
So that's great. There've also been
pretty positive.
Yeah, really positive. So there's also been two incidences where people have reversed their type 2 diabetes, which is amazing. It's potential. Yeah, absolutely. Cool. It's not.
All right.
And also those people who are in depressive state, which obviously this is not you, but it's been shown to reverse people who have a depressive state. So that's some of the pros. So we'll take you through some of the weaknesses just so you're fully aware. So in these studies that I've researched, it doesn't take into account the physical activity. So we know that if you exercise, it helps you lose weight. So these studies weren't taking that into account at all. So that could have attributed to their weight loss. So good to keep in mind.
So I should do a little bit of exercise as well, just to make sure.
Absolutely, we will. We'll talk about that in your program, but that's just something in these studies to keep in mind. There's also biases when it comes to these studies as well. So a lot of the time researchers will, without even knowing they're doing it sometimes as well, just look for confirmation for their own opinions. So that's something to be aware of. And also the short time frame of a lot of these research studies. So you might get somebody who, for 3 months, or if it's 6 months, or even up to a year, and then those studies aren't followed through with after 2 years or 3 years, and then we don't know if they have actually been successful up to that time. So that's something to keep in mind. Other limitations also include if the study is done in one region, so say in China, it was done just on Chinese people, and that may not be applicable to you as a Caucasian man. So that's another thing to keep in mind. And also false positive findings, which will always happen. So how does that sound to you?
Yep, sounds great. Really excited to jump into this.
Amazing. So obviously we'll work together on a food program. It might sound a bit daunting, completely changing your food schedule around, but in the research, it shows that if you have a professional helping you throughout it, it's actually easier. It's really good.
Great. Let's get started.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you.